I think Roblox mining games are a very interesting exploration of burnout. The basic gameplay loop is simple. Go to the teleporter. Wait for the map to load in, as it often does. Walk over. Realize there's another event going on. Look at the scenery, see how it's changed. You haven't played the game for months. And mine. Now why are they explorations of burnout? Well, I watched a little video from Davey Gunface about the end is nigh. About games that you really enjoy, but would never actually tell people to play. I think Roblox mining games are one of that genre. You could spend... How long have I even been here? I don't know. Over 100 hours. And I know some players who would consider that a small amount. You push through challenges. You complete goals. You break through to a new layer. And what do you get in return for it? Just more challenges. More hardship. The same thing over and over again. You convince yourself you're having fun. Or maybe you know that it's dopamine carrying you. But in the end, there's always something more. And whether you break before the game breaks, that's a question you have to answer. Where are you going to set the limits? People burn out. They push themselves to do something that they thought they wanted to do, that they don't feel like doing anymore. And that's okay. But you keep coming back. You keep coming back and back. You keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. There has to be an end, right? There has to be an end to the struggle. There has to be an end to the project you're working on, the assignment that you're working on. Sometimes there is. Sometimes you never get to see the end. And that's how it is with burnout. And that's how it is with Roblox mining games. You keep pushing. The challenge gets harder. You keep pushing. The challenge gets harder. You see things you've never seen before. Hell, I've never even seen this area in my 160 hours of playtime. Because I just haven't been on for months. This is the first time I'm touching the Celestial Caverns. In... months. Possibly more than a year, in fact. There's new stuff to see. Now, I've already done this. I've gone through this trial multiple times. That space I was digging earlier? Not even till this teleporter. And there's more teleporters like that. There's way more like that. This is my wall. My teleporter wall. To some players, it may not be much. To other players, they've never seen any of this. That's okay. But I think the question upon seeing something like this is, when do I want to stop? The real mid-game of this game, I consider somewhere beyond the aquatic layer. Probably in quantum. And there's a special little something in quantum that I feel like is the gate to a whole other level of play. You see a lot of exotic matter down here, it's very shiny, and then you finally hit the universal barrier. Some players can't even mind this, but I broke through, no matter how long it took. And I didn't find the meaning of this game, I didn't find a resolution, I didn't find the end. What I did find is a bit of peace, but it took more than one attempt, of course. Sometimes the barrier past burnout, in that final push, is very hard to break through. You tell yourself, it's just this last bit, I can make it. Sometimes people quit for that, but there is a beauty to when that struggle finally pays off, and then you're left with yourself. Now, it's okay not to make it to this point. This is not the only route to peace with burnout. You don't always have to push through, but sometimes when you do, you get peace. You're left with yourself. There's nothing more to it. But it doesn't last. There's always something more. Sometimes you return to old habits, you start clearing out the space again, you start trying to work. Because if there's a barrier like this one, there's a space like this waiting for you on the other side of the challenge, why wouldn't there be more? And so sometimes, try and break through again. Try and push yourself back into the work. Now, sometimes, you have a little shortcut. Because you've already broken through once. You know where to find the cracks. But this isn't freedom. There is no linear progression from peace to rest here. There is only more work. However, there is another way out, at the end of struggle. And it's a temporary one, because you don't actually get anything done here. At least, not that you'd think. But what if, instead of going back to the work, you take a break? And it's confusing, it's twisty, sometimes the world feels like it's made to push you back. Back to the place where you know where you'll grind, where you'll work, where you'll tire yourself out repeatedly. It takes effort, and the path ahead is not clear. But sometimes there's a nice little respite waiting. Even if it's small, even if it doesn't look like the peace that you got from pushing yourself to exhaustion, it's nice. And it gives you a chance to rest. I want to go back. I want to finish what I started. About a year ago, I started playing the Celestial Caverns, thinking, it's another Roblox mining game. I was in the middle of burnout. I was looking for something to push myself back into. And I found this little slice of heaven. And my world was just this for a while. Healthy or not, I couldn't tell. I think it's for the better that I stopped playing this game. that I learnt the lesson I needed to and moved on. I met many wonderful people, though I didn't stay in contact with them. The time that I spent with them on this virtual reality will stay with me for a while. This game is deeply meaningful to me in a way that no other game can provide. No other genre. It may look simple on the surface. Oh, the gameplay loop is just you dig and you craft. Isn't that Minecraft? It goes so much deeper than that. And whether you find yourself or you break, I can't answer that for you, but I've answered that for myself. And I think I don't want to go deeper anymore. At least not yet. Maybe I'll return. It's healthy to push myself a bit. But not right now. It's mutagenics time.